Hello everyone, welcome to Beaver's Hobby channel. This is the review of Firelap IW05, 1/20th scale micro touring and drift car. First of all, thank you Banggood for providing me this car for a review. With that out of the way, let's get started. This is how it is packed in the box. Inside we have a transmitter that takes 4 AAA batteries. I have already covered it in my IW04M review. Link in description or in the card on the top right corner. Next is a bag of drift tires, spare screws, shims, nuts, and a tool to remove the wheel nut. And here is the car. It is the Audi R8 LMS. This is the updated version with carbon fiber chassis for 2S LiPo battery. What you can see on the website now is the old version for AAA battery. Actually, the body is white on the website, but somehow they sent me blue. So keep in mind that you might not get exactly what you choose. There's nothing else inside the box. I don't get a battery with it. There's also no manual, but only explore the diagram on the back of the box. Let's take a look at the chassis. This is 1/20th scale, 4-wheel drive, full proportional for both steering and throttle. It is an original design by Firelap, boasting low center of gravity, but somehow they mount the motor on top of the car. 10 out of 10 would roll over again. It is originally designed for 4 AAA batteries mounting under the car, as you can see from the exploded diagram. So when they updated it to LiPo, the battery sits on the right, and on the left there's a 2-in-1 unit that doesn't weigh anything, and the car becomes top heavy with imbalanced weight distribution. I have seen the battery for this car too, but I didn't get it in the box. The biggest battery that can fit in original bracket is 44 by 10 by 23 mm. But if you can't find battery that fits, you can also strap it down with rubber band like this. It has double wishbone suspension with adjustable front camber and toe, rear camber, ride height, and spring tension. The linkages can be adjusted by removing one end and turn it like this. The shocks are alloy and there is ring to adjust preload. As you can see here, this suspension has a lot of slope and it wobbles all over the place. Chassis is carbon fiber plate, 2 mm thickness. It is also bent from the factory. The wheelbase is 98 mm and it is not adjustable, which is a shame. The width is 72 mm with the included wide wheels and 55 mm without wheels. Well, at least it is fully equipped with ball bearing from wheel hub to gearbox, and lock nuts are fitted as standard. It is also has metal swing shafts. Unfortunately, they are not the same size as other cars in this scale, so they are not compatible. The intercut for wheel is shorter than the others as well, and sometimes the wheel doesn't sit straight on it. In this model, the front and rear wheels are wide 11 mm with 1 mm offset. The tires are slick rubber without pattern, and you can swap them for the included plastic drift tires. The wheels have the same hole pattern as Mini Z all-wheel drive, and they are interchangeable. It has gear diffs, and they are smooth without any tension, so there's no diff grease inside. The gearbox is really overdone. This makes the rear differential not compatible with Mini Z all-wheel drive, even though it is the same size. Well, of course, you can do some modification to make it fit. Anyway, the front is compatible because it got the power from center shaft as normal. However, it has the diff in the opposite side of other cars, so while ball differential is compatible, front one-way will not work with this car because the crown gear needs to be on the left to work. There is some wiggle room on the motor mount, so gear ratio is adjustable. The chassis without battery weighs 116 grams. Next is the electronics. The plug for battery is JST-XH 2.5mm but with 2 pins, so a standard 2S LiPo battery will not fit correctly, and you'll have to make an adapter like this. The servo is 9G with 3 wires on the floating mount, so you can find replacement or upgrade very easily. It is slow, but at least it is precise enough to have some control. Before driving it the first time, you should increase the steering limit or endpoint by pressing EPA ST Plus button on the transmitter, otherwise it is going to go around the world to turn. The 2-in-1 unit has full forward, brake, reverse function, and you can turn the brake on and off by pressing ABS button on the transmitter. It has smooth throttle control throughout the entire range. And the LiPo cutoff is at 6.9 volt. All in all, this ESC is good. The motor is 130 motor without capacitor. Top speed without load is 30 km an hour, which is slow for a 2S LiPo battery powered car, but it has good acceleration from the reduction in gearbox. I got 25 minutes of run time out of my 350 mAh battery. Now let's take a look at the body. This Audi R8 is multi-piece, the quality is decent, and it is flexible enough to spread the side out easily. The mounting mechanism is the same as Mini Z, with front mount and side clips. The overall details are good. With Firelap logo on the grille. It also has light buckets for 3mm LED, and the front buckets got chrome plated. Unfortunately, they had to cut the back off to accommodate rear shocks, and it wasn't a good job. There are lots of sharp edges. How did they do this? Bite it off? Another bad thing is wing mirrors are plastic, and they broke off very easily with just light knocks. There are so many problems with this car. The suspension is sloppy, but the motion up and down is sticky. Worse still, the wheels don't touch the ground evenly. So I decided to fix some of them before driving it. First, I lube all the swing shafts and shocks, because they came sticky and grindy. It came with a lot of toe-in, so I have to fix that too. Some of the bowlings are sticky, some of them are falling apart, so I have to check every one of them and rebuild them. Next is the bent carbon fiber plate. I have found that the center plate for side body mounts is too high, so I filed it out. The rear bulkhead also doesn't fit on the chassis properly. So I filed the suspension mounting point down to make it fit. And there's a lot of excess plastic to clean off too. I also grind down the sharp edges of the body. Then I free up all the suspension so it is working correctly. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, the wheels are still not touching the ground evenly, but I don't want to delay the review any further. So now, let's go for test drive. Nerve-wracking is the best word to describe how this car handles. Steering servo is precise enough, but the suspension has a lot of slope that the car rarely goes where I pointed to. It goes wherever it wants, or rather, whichever wheels touch the ground. Bump steer is a big problem for this car, and when cornering it swings violently and sometimes nearly uncontrollable. This motor position is not for touring car for sure, so let's do some drifting. It can drift pretty well, but only on one side. It can only turn right. When I try to turn left, the car understeers and won't drift. So the suspension is a big problem here. I tried to change the tires to mini set drift tires and put some wet on the front, but none of those work. This is truly a horrible experience. On to the good, the bad and final verdict. On paper, this car looks very promising with fully adjustable double wishbone suspension. But in reality, it is the worst car I've ever reviewed so far. There are too many problems. The suspension is both wobbly and sticky. How do they make it like that? No amount of screwing in will help the wobble. And I have never had to fix so many things just to have a semi-working car. Even WL toys that's nearly half the price requires less work than this to have a fully working car. And even after fixing this IW05, it lurches around and just steers itself wherever it wants to go. Furthermore, the plastic is so soft that most of the screw threads are stripped by just taking the screw off only once. Also, the motor placement doesn't help. This is a remnant from the original design that plagues the car. Honestly, I don't know what this car is really for. If it is for touring, the top mounting motor is going to make it flip in hard cornering. But if it is for drifting, the diffs are on the wrong side, and the front one-way will not work unless Firelap is going to make their own version, and then it could be used as a drift car. Still, the electronics are good, transmitter is compact, and there's a lot of adjustability if you want to experiment and modify it. It is such a shame this car that many were looking forward to, including me, turned out to be a disappointment. Just before I wrapped up the filming, the car stuck at full throttle. So I checked it, and as it turned out, one wire in the transmitter has broken off. This is an easy fix, but still, it is very annoying for a brand new car. To sum up, this car is a good idea, poorly executed. If it only had better part and build quality, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it. It is a complete package with everything included, but it is also a complete mess out of the box. It has potential for modders, especially if you like to fix a new out-of-the-box stuff or if you like problem solving. But if you are a beginner looking for a car to start, this is not it. This is not the car you are looking for. And that's it for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done it yet and hit the bell icon to get notification whenever I upload a new video. You can follow me on Facebook to see what I'm doing between videos along with some quick updates. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.